Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today, I let you listen to all of my thoughts I have on Advanced Warfare. Personally, this might just be the worst Call of Duty I have ever played. Now, I will back that up with facts and from my perspective, some of my opinions on why I believe that's true, but I know you guys really enjoy positivity, and I know you want positivity. That's why you subscribed to me in when Ghost was released, because I had a lot of positive things to say about that game, because there were a lot of positive things about that game, and a couple minor major things that actually ruined the game, but for the most part, there was a lot of stuff in Ghosts that was really good. We'll get to those later, but as far as Advanced Warfare, the positivity I have for it, I really love the exosuit movements and abilities. I think those are the two best things about this game. When I first thought about the exo movements, like truly thought how it would change the game, I thought all it would do was just kind of make the buildings taller and the lines of sight a little bit more angled, because all you're doing is just double jumping. It's like any other Call of Duty, except you can jump higher. And that's true to some extent, of course, the map designs and everything. But there's also this really cool, like 50-50 gunfight battle that is more now in depth, and that changes the game to a whole new level. When the person who was successful in Ghosts can still be successful with the exo movements, because they're getting people in such good gunfights that they don't have time to get in those 50-50 gunfights. However, with the exosuit movements, when you actually do get in those kind of 50-50 gunfights where you're both sprinting at each other, you can now strafe, move around, and that gunfight that may have lasted a split second before now lasts for maybe several seconds as you're just doing this ballet around each other, and it's really cool to see and to get in those gunfights. It's so exciting, and every time you win one, you're like, oh yeah. Even when I lose those, it's like, alright, you beat me, you know, that was fun, let's try this again. And as well as the abilities, I really like the abilities. I really love the cloak and the hover. Yeah, the cloak's actually really good. It's you can see it just fine when you're really paying attention, but it gives you that little bit of just shock value that I really like. There are a couple exo abilities like mute, which is just pointless. I'll get to that later, and the shield, which I wish could be buffed a little bit. I think a PSA right here, if you use hover and you move around as you hover, it takes the battery down so much faster. If you just double jump and hover, you can stay there for like 10-20 seconds. It's a long hover time when you don't move. Unfortunately, you are kind of a sitting duck, but it's so much fun to just peek up with the sniper rifle, hover, and just pick people off from the air, because nobody expects you to be up there. That is super fun. The stim, that's really fun. The ping, that's really cool to a certain extent, a little bit. And I wish there were more exo abilities. Basically, they're just perks that are actually fun that you get to do. It's like they had a little fun perk category and they put them on the exo abilities. So I really like that. Some of them could go for a little bit longer. Some of them are fine. But that is my positivities about Advanced Warfare. I also like the reload thing. The reload thing where you just double tap it and quickly get rid of the whole clip. I think that's a great substitute for sleight of hand. I do kind of want sleight of hand anyway, but I think that's a cool little bit of realism. It's a little detail that I like, and that's pretty cool. And now we go to the negative side of Advanced Warfare. The very first thing is the connection. I mean, how long has Call of Duty been out? This is Call of Duty number 11, and that means it is the 7th Call of Duty after Call of Duty 4, where the multiplayer was really mainstream. And why have we not figured out this connection-based stuff? Why have we not figured this out yet? It's been nearly a decade, and we still can't get good quality connection. What is this? There's no dedicated servers. I understand dedicated servers aren't the end-all be-all answer, because if they were, we probably would have them by now, but they're so much better than whatever we have going on right now. Player-to-player, skill-based matchmaking, whatever it is. Basically, because the connection, because I am half a second behind, I'll show you a clip, hopefully I find it, of just me dashing around the corner, you know, using my exo movements, using the thing that they really hyped up this year to go around a corner and take cover. It killed me like 5-6 feet around the corner. I no longer call it being Treyarched. I now call it getting sledgehammered because it happens multiple times in every single game I play. It is game breaking. Still, it's better than it was when it was first released, but it is still game breaking, and it's devastating to this game. And as well as this, there seems to be an auto-aim thing, at least on my end. I'm not sure because I don't have the best aim, and when I get down to those really exosuit movements, I just don't feel like I stick on them like I did in Ghost or in Black Ops 2. And I think that might have to do with the lag because where I'm aiming is not actually where they are, so it may not stick like I want it to. And that could be it, or it just could be my aim. I'm perfectly fine with it being my aim because I haven't played a lot of Call of Duty for like hours in a row, so, you know, perfectly fine to be my aim. But anyway, the next thing is the guns. The guns are probably the least balanced we have ever seen in any Call of Duty ever. Even Black Ops 1, even World at War with the MP40, well, maybe that was a good contender. Even with Modern Warfare 2's ACR, you could still use any of those guns and have fun. Well, not any of those guns, but a lot of those guns and have fun. With Advanced Warfare, I can count on one single hand the guns that are actually competitive. When I can count 5 guns, the BAL, the KF5, the IMR, the AK-12, and the HBRA-3, when those are the only 5 guns that I can be competitive with, you have not spent a good time balancing your game. You have failed. You have failed miserably when there's only 5 guns out of what, like 30, 35? It's insane. And it's they almost fool you, you know, they almost fool you. I know for the DLC they get a laser gun now. The assault rifle is going to be directed energy, and they're hyping that up. Why would you use that gun to hype me up? Look at every single directed energy weapon in this game. You look at the EM1, it's terrible on console now. I think they buffed it on Xbox 360. Look at the TAC-19 shotgun. Do you think TAC-19, oh, cool energy weapon? No, you think that's a crappy shotgun. When you look at the EM3, do you think, oh, that's a super awesome heavy weapon? No, you think that's a negative KD and a terrible game. I'm not going to use that weapon. Why would they give us another energy weapon? It sucks. They're terrible. Oh, cool, you can have dual-wield SMGs, but you got to be within shotgun range for them to be even competitive to any certain extent. Oh, here's dual-wield LMGs that you can sit down and plant and kill people. That's awesome. But they're a joke. They're terrible. They suck. I mean, when you think about Call of Duty Ghosts, look at the chainsaw. That's sweet. The selling point to the chainsaw was that it's a chainsaw. So you threw it on a class, and what do you know? It was competitive at a medium range. It was so much fun to put on rapid fire and muzzle brake and just chainsaw people in half when in medium range. It was so much fun. You do not get that with the laser. Well, actually, you know what? When you get a kill with the laser, it really feels like you're going ham. Yes, I finally got a kill. I was able to maintain my laser beam on him for 10 seconds to get a kill. And the fact is, it's not even a laser. It has one of the most recoils I've ever seen. Like, it goes straight up and to the right heavily. It's insane. Why would you have like a terrible damaged weapon with incredible recoil? And when you go back, I want you to do this. Go back and look at the reasons why I was actually excited for Advanced Warfare. It was, the number one reason was the guns. I was excited to use all of these energy weapons, to use just the different weapons. I told you guys, hey, don't use the best weapon, kind of challenge yourself, find the not so good weapons and use those. Every single weapon in this game, except those first 5, are the bad weapons. And if you were to use those, you would have a negative KD right now. It has gotten to the point that I no longer, I feel apathy, I feel sympathy for the people using the BALs. When I am not using a BAL and I get killed by a BAL, I feel bad for the other person because I'm like, I know how I feel, man. I want to use it too. You know, I've gotten to the point where I have to use it. Everybody has to use it because if you're not, you're going to have a bad time. It's no longer a skill thing. It's an incredibly unbalanced thing. Whereas go back to Ghosts, and you can use all of the weapons. Sure, the Remington and the M27, maybe the MTAR and the Vector, a little bit more powerful, but look at the SA-805, the FAD was so good. The Maverick, for some reason, when I was having a bad game and I pulled out the Maverick, lights out, baby. That was my gun. The SVU. I have a live commentary. Of me using the SVU marksman rifle and getting 3 assault juggernauts and having the time of my life. It was fantastic. I can't do that in this game. There are no marksman rifles in this game. It's ridiculous. Why? I hate the weapons in this game, and that was the main reason I was looking forward to it, and they have disappointed me. And to add on to that, I was looking forward to the variants. I was told 350 different versions of these weapons. And the versions, when I barely get them in supply drops, I don't even get anything good in supply drops. I get pants and gloves, you know, whatever. When I finally do get a gun, it's like minus range, minus damage, plus mobility. Like, oh, whoop-de-doo, that's gonna be fun to use. That's an interesting balance to this weapon. No, I don't care. I'm gonna throw it away, and that's 500 plus XP. Thank you for that. It's terrible. Moving on to the perks. The perks are probably, again, some of the worst we've ever seen in Call of Duty since like Black Ops 2. I mean, they're just so lackluster and boring. Like, why would I even run any of these perks? I know why, because 3 of them are nearly necessary. Low profile, the overpowered UAV is back. Plus, you can put on threat detection. You can get wall hacks for a support kill streak. Really? I mean, come on. Okay, fine. I have to put on low profile. No big deal. We've had that in plenty of Call of Duties. What makes this Call of Duty so bad? Well, after 3 years of listening to the community-based game, the community-built game that Michael Condrey looked us square in the eye and said, I cannot wait for you guys to have, has toughness in it. It has toughness in it. And if you think that, oh, toughness isn't that effective in this game, just run without it. Just run without it. Or if you have been running without it, run with it and see how many gunfights you win solely because of toughness. I'll be running around with a shotgun. Pick up a gun and I will get shot and my flinch just goes straight to the sky like it always has. Toughness is yet again necessary in this game for winning gunfights. And another perk which is just so great and effective is Blast Suppressor. I mean, this entire year they have hyped up Call of Duty is going to have this new exosuit abilities. You're going to be able to double jump, dash, and we are basing the entire game. Every aspect of this game is going to revolve around your exosuit movements. But if you use the exosuit movements, we're gonna punish you. Yep, that's right, we're gonna put you on the mini-map every time you use one of these cool exosuit abilities. Unless you put on this perk called Blast Suppressor, which hides you. I mean, that's just... Why? Why have it in the game? It's stupid. It's a necessary perk. So already we have toughness, Blast Suppressor, which are in the same category, which means no scavenger, no hardline, no hardwired, which is back again for some reason in that. So you can't run scavenger or hardline, and we already have low profile. So if you want to put on flak jacket or lightweight or overcharged, which I like to do, it's going to cost you a wild card because we've moved back into the 2011 pick 10 system, which is stupid and unrewarding, and these perks are just lackluster. What's even in perk 2, Gung Ho, which hurts shotguns, and quick draw doesn't work with Gung Ho, and fast hands, which is alright I guess, but that's really not that exciting. I mean, that's just on the go from Call of Duty Ghosts, which nobody and their mother used. And these perks are so like, where's my ping? Where's my ICU? Where's my wiretap? Where's my gambler? Gambler is such a fantastic. You don't know what to use your last perk point on? Just kind of throw it on gambler. You might get something useful. You might get something terrible. You might have the best perk in the game. You might get Deadeye. You might get, extra lethal with no lethals equipped. That was really fun. I mean, overcharged is kind of cool with the whole electronic stun when you blast down to the ground. I mean, that's alright, I guess, but they're just stupid and boring. And to make it even worse, because of the emphasis on the gun-on-gun gunfights, the thing that I really loved in the beginning, that 50-50 kind of battle when you're boosting up and back and forth between each other, whoever has quick draw on and stalker has a better chance of winning that gunfight now, even more than they would have in the past. And that kind of puts an emphasis or a necessity on quick draw and stalker. I want to put this on a different video, but I think quick draw and stalker should now be personally equipped on every gun if we're going to have the exosuit abilities. I'll talk more about that in depth in a later video, but let's move on. Let's move on to kill streaks, because we all know the kill streaks in this game are incredibly terrible. It's so ridiculous how terrible they are. The Paladin is the most expensive kill streak in this game, and because of the pick 13 system, by the way, is just as much as extended mags. It costs just as much as extended mags. So if you soup up the Paladin, I've gotten plenty of Paladins through care packages, through support care packages, by the way. I've got plenty of Paladins, and if I'm lucky, maybe I might get 3 or 4 kills. If I'm lucky. That is ridiculous. When I can more consistently get 3 kills with my IMS from Call of Duty Ghosts than I can with the biggest, baddest kill streak of your game, you are not rewarding me anymore. Why would I go for that? What's rewarding about that? I get to see the map from a bigger view, like whoop-de-doo. You know, even some of the smaller stuff, like Wings of Redemption is so genius when it comes to kill streaks. The Vulcan and the Missile Strike and the Assault Drone, those are what's worthwhile, but you got to put on so many additions to that. It's just ridiculous how high of a kill streak you have to get to in order to just be rewarded, to have fun. And I personally, I know this is not the majority opinion because everybody loves their overpowered UAVs, but I miss my SATCOM. I liked not having to run Assassin or Ghost or low profile on every single class in Call of Duty Ghost. But nope, the UAV is back, and I miss my SATCOM, and I also miss field orders for care packages, because those were so much fun. They were interesting. Now that the care package is a support care package that you can put on better odds and double tap somebody who is negative. I might find a clip here. Somebody who was negative got a Paladin and killed me twice. Now, I'm the idiot that wasn't taking cover because with the exo abilities, it's insanely easy to get out of the way of the Paladin. He killed me twice because he got a care package because it was support. How is that, like, what? How's that rewarding? What does that mean? It means nothing. It means that kill streaks don't matter. No matter how good you do, you won't be rewarded justly. Which leaves me to the maps. Now the maps, there are some of them which are okay. I really enjoy Comeback and Biolab, and there's a couple others that I really much enjoy, but I get the feeling that every single map in this game is just the middle of the map from Call of Duty Ghosts. It's just too chaotic. There's too many bad spawns. The spawns are the worst. They're worse than Call of Duty Ghosts, which I assure you took them 3 years to get. They're just terrible, and I think a lot of that is the exosuit movements and the small maps. Now, I'm a fan of small maps. I like small maps. But I also like controlling the pace. That pacing video I said before, I think really beautifully put the way I want to play. I want to get out of the action if I am hurt, if I need to heal up, if I need to re-engage that conflict in a different way. And I simply can't do that. I am forced to get into some engagements in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, people think that and they think, oh, that's fantastic, forcing engagements as soon as they spawn. That's great, that's fast-paced, that's awesome, that's fun. No, not if you want to do well. The reason people aren't going on these big long kill streaks is because of the lag and the bad guns, but it's also because they are forced into these engagements that they aren't setting up for themselves. Now, this is not the biggest issue for me yet. We're going to see how the DLC maps go, because I know if I were to just judge Call of Duty Ghosts by their default maps, I'd probably hate that game. But because of the DLC maps, I love, love, love Call of Duty Ghosts. And hopefully that's the same way here. Hopefully they give us a little bit more breathing room, a little bit more space, because the exosuit movements kind of shrink every map. Hopefully we can get back to those medium and larger sized maps. Not large size like Stonehaven, not asking for that. Maybe just Prison Break, you know, Prison Break size. I think Departed size, I think Mutiny size. Those are good size maps, not these really tiny chaotic maps. And this right here is icing on the cake. This is so... It took my breath away when I first realized it. Clan Wars are back. Clan Wars are back. Quite possibly one of the worst things. Dozens, hundreds of Call of Duty YouTubers made videos saying, we hate Clan Wars. Put them in their own playlist. We don't want to play with these major clans just pub stomping all the time. There has been so many cases why Clan Wars is just the bane of everybody's. I play by myself because nobody can tolerate my complaining of the game for that long. So I play by myself. I don't want to play with friends. I don't want to have to play with friends in order to have fun with this game. But that's what Clan Wars does, because there is a ranked playlist. So if only there was some sort of way we can put Clan Wars on the ranked playlist. No, that's a stupid idea, Donuts. Why put them on the public playlist? Public. Everybody loved that. No, they're back. Quite possibly one of the worst things about Call of Duty Ghosts, besides Danger Close, IEDs, and M27s, Clan Wars is returning in full effect in Advanced Warfare. And I almost forgot this little golden nugget of just disappointment. We play as 200-pound plus, assuming, men with exosuit armor on our backs, metallic, that thrust us up into the air maybe 10-20 feet through air compression, air energy, whatever they want to explain it. You make a big thunderous sonic boom as you leap up into the air and you crash down on the ground. But you are completely silent when you do that. What? How does that make sense? Like, look, I understand it's really touchy, the whole sound whoring thing, but you got toughness, blast suppressor, and low profile. Why? Why not make it so you can hear people like you can hear teammates and put in dead silence? Like, come on, it's ridiculous. A Call of Duty, where I cannot hear somebody 1 foot behind me is a Call of Duty I don't want to play, because I would hear that person behind me. I would hear his loud footsteps. I would hear him, breathing. I would hear his exosuit armor bumping up against his other exosuit armor pieces. It's ridiculously unrealistic. Now I know the whole realism thing, you can't do it all realistic, but I can hear my teammates from around the corner. I can hear my teammates from 50 yards away, but I can't hear enemies from 5 feet away. It makes no sense. Why? It's a stupid game mechanic. The only reason Exo Mute is in there is because we complained that dead silence wasn't in there. They didn't have footsteps in the beginning. They didn't have the ability to hear people. You know, if you use a headset, you're wasting your time and money. You know, just use your stereo speakers. It's ridiculous. And so when you put all of these things together, it's just this jumbled mess of garbage. When I feel stupid, like mentally stupid, for using a different gun other than the bow, which has the best rate of fire, damage, range, and recoil in its class, when I use a gun, when I feel stupid for using a gun that has recoil, when I feel stupid for having a perk that's actually different than low profile, blast suppressor, and toughness, when I feel stupid for using a kill streak that's actually not effective at all, when I feel stupid for playing on a map, when I feel stupid for using Exo Mute when it does nothing, when all of this effort to do well in a game, to be the smartest Call of Duty player I can, is null and voided by the connections, by the guns, by the kill streaks, by everything. Why would I play this game? I don't understand it. Like, why? And I know what you're thinking, Donuts, you're just kind of hating. You're just kind of hating on the game. Why? Just stop playing it. If it's not fun for you, don't play it. I understand that. I understand that completely. And I'm not here, like, this doesn't change my day-to-day by any means. Like, I'm upset about it, but it's not like I go to work and I'm like, I can't play Call of Duty today. It's not like that. I'm just, venting to you guys about the game. But it's like this. Tomorrow, today, whatever, is Thanksgiving. Right? We are expecting a delicious, moist, beautiful turkey dinner, right? With a whole bunch of sides. It's so good. It's going to be great. We're going to fellowship with our family and friends, and we're going to be thankful for things. What if, during that Thanksgiving dinner, you started going into your food and everything was cold, the turkey was cold, it was dry, it was chewy, the water had stuff in it, and it was just like, ew. This is disgusting. Like, why would anybody eat this? In your mind, you wouldn't say this. You would probably just, like, scarf it down, be, like, polite and whatever. But in your mind, you'd be like, this turkey's dry. I don't like it. It's disgusting. I want good turkey. Well, just don't eat the turkey if you don't like it. Well, no, I wanted turkey. I wanted to have Thanksgiving dinner. That's what I was looking forward to. And now I don't have that. I have this thing. It's close. It's what I kind of wanted. It is the thing that I wanted, but it's not how I wanted it. That's me with this Call of Duty. I really, really want this to be the best Call of Duty it can be. I really, really want all these weapons and perks to just go in conjunction with one another and play out beautifully. but I don't have that. But I want that, and I really wish one day I have that. But today's not that day, and I'm disappointed about that. And so I'm not hating to be a hater or complainatainer. I'm not hating because it's the popular Call of Duty and I'm some sort of hipster or whatever. I'm complaining because I was expecting a delicious Thanksgiving dinner and I got a weird microwave TV dinner, and I don't like that. And so those are my all-inclusive thoughts about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I also like the rank up system. I think the ranking up system is very addictive and cool, and I really like that. And it's a great to go back to the return of the Call of Duty roots. But those are my thoughts on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I hope you guys understand. I hope you guys know that I'm not entirely losing hope, but it's going to be a struggle for me to keep up this Call of Duty content. Of course, I can always go back to Ghost and we can talk about Call of Duty in general. Call of Duty is not Advanced Warfare. Call of Duty is a brand. It's Ghost, it's Modern Warfare 2, it's Modern Warfare 3, it's Black Ops, it's Black Ops 2. We have tons of content for you. I have tons of content for you to think about, and I will do that series, how to play different game modes. I think that's a fun thing. If they balance the guns, then maybe I'll do some sort of map walkthroughs or reviews like I did with Ghost. And so that's that. Great stuff to look ahead to the future for. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, have a great day.